Hey friend, Megan here. I want to tell you a little bit about a social experiment that I tried regarding the idea of, is what you put out really what you get back? So there was a girl that was staying at our guest home who asked me one day, why do people always talk to you and smile at you? And I was like, oh, I guess. She was like, people never even look at me, or they shut me out, or they give me a mean look. And I said, well, I think I generally try to have an open face, I look people in the eyes and I smile. And I said, why don't you try? And I have to say, I noticed that sometimes she had a scowl. She kind of had the resting bee face without trying to or being intentional to push people away. But she did. She kind of had just like a closed, angry looking resting face. And so I said, when you see people, just look at them in the eyes. And if they see you, you can do a little smile or just nod and try it out for a day and just see what happens. So she went out and she came back and her whole presence had changed. She looked at me and she's like, I had the best day of my life. She's like, I went on a hike with some people that I met. Like, this stuff doesn't happen to me. I got into some really interesting conversations. Somebody invited me to their house to, give me fruit. And it was Peru. That's a nice common thing that people have done. But she was like, I have never experienced people being so friendly and open to me. And all I had to do was smile. I said, I'm so excited for you, and here you are. I'm glad to see that it did something. So I had my own personal social experiment where I think I had mentioned that I noticed in LA people were so isolated and so lonely, and I was so hungry for community and friendship and people that were close to me. I had my friends, but we were all over the city, and so I just went around opening doors for people and offering to carry groceries, and I left my door open. And before the end of the month, people just started opening their doors and inviting me over for a cocktail hour or to watch a game together or to go down to the pool or whatever. And it was just, I remember for me that changed my life. I remember going, it's not that people are trying to be closed off, it's that they're just not seeing that put out there. Everybody feels it's uncomfortable to be the one to put yourself out there. So my little challenge to you is, it might not be the time to do a social experiment on smiling with all of the masks and things like that. If it is, great, give it a try if it's open where you are. But if it's not, I challenge you to do an experiment with kindness and giving people your time, or checking in on a friend, or just being open and looking for opportunities to show kindness and to check in on motives, because it's not for a social media post, and it's not for getting credit or charity. It's more about just see what happens when you spread a little bit of kindness out in the world. In a place that you might be reactive, somebody cuts you off, just nod and let them pass. If it's just any little opportunity to be kind and share love, give it a go. And I'm curious what will happen within a week, within a month. And just do it for one day, just for let's see what happens, just for the learning, just for the fun of it. And in ways that feel comfortable to you, and in ways that you might be surprised at, but I'm curious to see what will happen and what will come back into your life. Because what I've seen with abundance is that people are looking for this key to manifestation and this way to have the life that they want. And I feel like so many times we're waiting for things to happen. We're expectant and just saying, when is it going to be my turn? And when we start to see that we're actually the ones that are creating it, we're actually the ones putting it out into the world, and then you see that abundance, it comes back not just 1-to-1, not just 3-to-1. I've seen it come back 100 or 1,000-to-1 in ways that absolutely surprise me. So I do try to let go of the expectation and how it needs to come in, what I want, but simply putting it out there, giving it a shot and see what happens. And feel free to comment below if you try it and what the results are or what the surprises are for you. And let me know. I would love to hear. So that's our quick little video for today, is what you put out, what you get back. Try it for one day without any expectations and see what happens. All right, my friend, that's it for today. Love from Peru, and I'll see you next time.